Chapter 1: The 50 Cent Guide to Fearlessness. In the first chapter, 50 Cent shares his personal story of growing up in a tough neighborhood in Queens, New York, and how he developed a mindset of fearlessness that helped him overcome the challenges he faced. He explains that fear is a natural human emotion that can be both a hindrance and a motivator, and that to be truly fearless, one must embrace and overcome their fears. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: embrace fear as a natural human emotion, but do not let it hold you back from taking risks and pursuing your goals. Develop a mindset of fearlessness by facing your fears and overcoming them through action. Use fear as a motivator to push yourself to achieve greater success and overcome obstacles in your business. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have overcome fear and adversity to achieve great success, such as Richard Branson, who famously started his first business, a magazine called Student, at the age of 16 despite having no prior experience or financial backing. Chapter 2: The Origin of the 50th Law. In Chapter 2, the authors explain the origin and meaning of the 50th Law, which is based on the concept of fearlessness and the idea that one must embrace fear in order to achieve greatness. They argue that fear is a powerful force that can either hold us back or propel us forward, and that by embracing fear and using it to our advantage, we can achieve greater success and fulfillment in our lives. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: embrace fear as a natural and necessary part of the journey to success. Use fear as a motivator to push yourself beyond your limits and achieve greater success in your business. Recognize that fear can be a source of power and strength, and learn to use it to your advantage. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have embraced fear and used it to their advantage, such as Jay-Z, who overcame his fear of failure and rejection to become a successful rapper and entrepreneur, and Oprah Winfrey, who overcame her fear of public speaking to become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Chapter 3: See Things for What They Are. Intense Realism. In Chapter 3, the authors explain the concept of intense realism, which is the ability to see things as they truly are, without illusions or false beliefs. They argue that intense realism is essential for success in business, as it allows entrepreneurs to accurately assess their strengths and weaknesses, identify opportunities and threats, and make informed decisions based on reality rather than wishful thinking. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: develop a mindset of intense realism by seeing things as they truly are, without illusions or false beliefs. Accurately assess your strengths and weaknesses, as well as the opportunities and threats facing your business. Make informed decisions based on reality, rather than wishful thinking or false beliefs. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have practiced intense realism in their businesses, such as Warren Buffett, who is known for his shrewd and realistic investment strategies, and Elon Musk, who has a reputation for being brutally honest about the challenges facing his companies, such as SpaceX and Tesla. Chapter 4: The Courage to Continue. In Chapter 4, the authors explore the concept of persistence and the importance of having the courage to continue in the face of adversity. They argue that setbacks and failures are a natural part of the entrepreneurial journey, and that those who are able to persist and overcome these challenges are the ones who ultimately achieve success. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: embrace the inevitability of setbacks and failures, and develop a mindset of persistence and resilience. Learn from your mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Surround yourself with supportive and encouraging people who will help you stay motivated and focused on your goals. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have demonstrated persistence and resilience in the face of adversity, such as Steve Jobs, who was famously fired from Apple but later returned to lead the company to even greater success. Chapter 5: The Reality of People. In Chapter 5, the authors explore the importance of understanding human nature and the motivations that drive people's behavior. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to accurately assess the people they interact with and use this knowledge to build effective relationships and influence others. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: develop a deep understanding of human nature and the motivations that drive people's behavior. Learn to read people accurately and assess their strengths, weaknesses, and intentions. Use this knowledge to build effective relationships and influence others in a positive way. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have used their understanding of human nature to build strong and effective relationships, such as Oprah Winfrey, who has built a loyal following by connecting with her audience on a deep and personal level. Chapter 6. Keep Moving. In Chapter 6, the authors explore the concept of momentum and the importance of maintaining forward progress in your business. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to keep moving forward, even in the face of uncertainty and adversity. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: develop a mindset of forward progress and momentum. Set clear goals and priorities, and focus on making consistent progress towards them. Use small wins and successes as fuel to maintain momentum and motivation. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have maintained forward progress in the face of adversity, such as Jeff Bezos, who famously took Amazon from a small online bookstore to a global e-commerce giant through consistent and relentless forward progress. Chapter 7. Aggression. In Chapter 7, the authors explore the concept of aggression and the role it plays in the entrepreneurial journey. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to harness their aggressive instincts in a positive and productive way, rather than letting them spiral out of control. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: recognize and embrace your aggressive instincts, but channel them in a positive and productive way. Use your aggression to drive you towards your goals and motivate you to take action. Avoid letting your aggression become destructive or harmful to yourself or others. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have harnessed their aggressive instincts in a positive way, such as Mark Zuckerberg, who has channeled his fierce competitive drive into building one of the world's most successful companies. Chapter 8. The Defensive Mindset. In Chapter 8, the authors explore the concept of the defensive mindset and the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to anticipate and prepare for potential obstacles and challenges, rather than being caught off guard and unprepared. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: develop a defensive mindset and be prepared for potential obstacles and challenges. Stay vigilant and alert to changes in your business environment and market trends. Use your defensive mindset as a tool for strategic planning and risk management. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have been able to anticipate and prepare for potential obstacles and challenges, such as Elon Musk, who has built his businesses around the idea of anticipating and mitigating potential risks and challenges. Chapter 9. The Creative Active. In Chapter 9, the authors explore the concept of the creative active and the importance of combining creativity with action to achieve success as an entrepreneur. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to constantly generate new ideas and take action to turn those ideas into reality. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: cultivate a mindset of constant creativity and generate new ideas regularly. Take action to turn your ideas into reality, and avoid getting stuck in analysis paralysis. Be open to experimenting and taking calculated risks to achieve success. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have combined creativity with action to achieve success, such as Jay-Z, who has constantly reinvented himself and his brand over the years through his music, fashion, and business ventures. Chapter 10. The Ultimate Power. In Chapter 10, the authors explore the concept of the ultimate power and the importance of mastering your own emotions and thoughts in order to achieve success as an entrepreneur. They argue that successful entrepreneurs are those who are able to control their own thoughts and emotions, rather than being controlled by them. The main points and actionable steps an entrepreneur can take from this chapter are: practice self-awareness and monitor your own thoughts and emotions. Develop techniques to control your emotions and avoid being reactive. Use your emotional control as a tool for strategic decision-making and leadership. To illustrate the significance of these points, the authors provide examples of successful entrepreneurs who have mastered their own emotions and thoughts, such as Robert Greene himself, who has used his own experience with depression and anxiety to develop techniques for emotional control and self-mastery. Overall, these chapters of the 50th Law provide valuable insights and actionable steps for entrepreneurs looking to combine creativity with action and master their own emotions and thoughts in order to achieve success in their entrepreneurial journey.